This woman is shaking because she's holding her pee. Now, she's trapped in an elevator, and there's a man in it. She's trying to hold it in so she doesn't make a fool of herself. Guy reassures Jennifer that there's no control over this kind of thing. To keep her from being too embarrassed, Guy offered to lend her his jacket so she wouldn't make a sound, but Jennifer was even more annoyed. It was a clear slap in the face. Guy finally came up with a compromise. It's the thermos cup that Jennifer carries with her, because Jennifer couldn't get out and she couldn't stand it, so she took the advice. She made Guy turn around and put his hands over his ears. Finally, she'd solved her most pressing problem. The next step was to find a way to get out. This building is a traditional office building, and it's Friday. No one works here on the weekends. Only the security guards are on patrol. But the elevator is malfunctioning, and the guards are nowhere to be found. Guy picked Jennifer up and had her try to open the roof of the elevator, but she couldn't find a single screw on it. No cover could be opened. They waited in vain. Guy was not only handsome and good looking, but he was also funny. Whenever Jennifer was feeling down, Guy was always there to comfort her. After being trapped for more than 10 hours, Jennifer was completely attracted to Guy's funny personality. They were like a couple in love and couldn't help themselves, so they had an affair in the elevator. After the incident, Guy put on his clothes. He planned to date Jennifer when he went out, and he was going to make her his future partner. But Jennifer didn't take it seriously. It was just an impulse. They don't know each other well enough to be a couple. Guy's face changed when he heard Jennifer say that. He took out his cell phone and showed Jennifer the photos inside. This scene immediately made Jennifer's head numb, because Guy's phone is full of pictures of her, and they just met in the elevator. Why would Guy have so many pictures of her at work? It turns out Guy has been watching Jennifer for a long time and knows her routine very well. This elevator encounter wasn't a coincidence. He wanted to take advantage of his alone time to impress Jennifer, but he didn't think she'd take him seriously. So, he sadly took out the elevator key and told Jennifer to leave. When the elevator restarted, Jennifer breathed a sigh of relief, but then she thought, this guy had the key, so she was trapped in the elevator by a trick. She had just been intimate with him. The more Jennifer thought about it, the more devastated she became. The nature of the situation had changed completely. She threatened to call the police and put Guy behind bars, and she's not going to let him go. Guy turned off the elevator again as soon as he heard that. He didn't want to go to jail. That's when Jennifer got nervous. She tried to grab the key. The two got into a heated argument unexpectedly. During the fight, Jennifer kicked the elevator key and broke it. Now they're really trapped. They blamed each other. Jennifer, still in a state of anger. Jennifer, still in a rage, punched and kicked Guy and hit Guy in the head with a thermos. Guy was unconscious. Jennifer realized she had hit him too hard. She approached Guy to see if he was breathing. Suddenly, she was grabbed by her hair. Her head hit the floor hard, and that's when they both went into a coma. After a few hours, Jennifer came out of it. Guy was sitting on the other side of the elevator. Guy confessed everything to Jennifer. He's the building's security guard. That's how he got the elevator key. There were 3 people on duty today, but he got rid of the other 2, so they won't be found for 2 days. And this time, Guy was in a hurry. He began to study the structure of the elevator to try to find an escape route. And sure enough, he found a way out. It turned out that the roof of the elevator wasn't unbreakable. After he hit it hard with a thermos cup, a steel plate was lifted off. Guy offered Jennifer's help to take him up. Then he'd open the elevator door and get Jennifer out. But Jennifer didn't think about it. She wanted Guy to get her out first, and she reassured Guy that what she said was just an angry remark. She didn't want to hold Guy responsible, and she promised that when they got out, they could even go on a date together. They couldn't even go on vacation and see the sea together. Seeing Jennifer's sincerity, Guy agreed. With Guy's help, Jennifer quickly climbed out. He also told Jennifer how to get out. Climb up the ladder and there's a door next to it. Jennifer looked around. After confirming that she was right, she smiled evilly and made a gesture to Guy. Guy realizes he's been tricked. Jennifer had no intention of saving him, so he started cursing. Jennifer was already climbing up the ladder. Guy was furious, but he hadn't lost his mind. He had an idea, so he used his shirt as a rope and tied a thermos to the other side. A simple rope ladder was made. Jennifer never thought Guy would be able to escape from the elevator, so she increased her speed. Although she reached the main entrance, but she was too weak to open the door. Guy soon came to her side. The moment the door opened, Guy also grabbed her, but they didn't escape. They fell back into the elevator. Jennifer's injuries were minor because she was resting on Guy's arm. She was the first to come to her senses. Before Guy regained his consciousness, she tied up his arms and legs. Just then, 2 people came into the building. He was Guy's co-workers, and he brought his girlfriend to take a break. He circled around and didn't find Guy, so he went to the surveillance room. He saw 2 people trapped in the elevator. He told his girlfriend to wait here while he went to save them. He found a tool and pried open the elevator door, but then he threw his key in, but suddenly there was no movement inside. Curious, His co-workers asked Guy what happened. Guy said they were too injured to climb out. He wanted his co-workers to come in and help. As soon as his upper body entered the elevator, he realized something was wrong. Guy grabbed him and started the elevator. His co-worker was cut in half by the doors. Then he knocked Jennifer out. They eventually escaped the elevator. Guy cleaned up the scene and went back to change into his work clothes. Then he went to the control room and deleted all the security footage. But what he didn't realize, his co-worker's girlfriend was still here. Of course, the woman was completely defenseless. She was also a corpse. After that, Guy took Jennifer out. He had to find a new place to lock her up. But before he did, he needed to burn all the evidence. After dousing himself with gasoline, he opened the trunk, but then he suddenly realized Jennifer's eyes were wide open and she wasn't moving. He thought Jennifer had died from her injuries, so he continued to destroy the evidence and escape. But he never thought he'd fall for the same trick. Jennifer faked her death to fool him. She attacked him from behind, catching Guy off guard. Then Jennifer grabbed the car and took off. Guy thought it was all over, but then the car stopped, and a few moments later, it started out. It came right at him. Because it was a dead end, Guy couldn't avoid it. He was smashed into a metal tank full of gasoline. Jennifer set the place on fire and Guy died. And that's the end of the movie. Into the Dark is a chilling crime and thriller drama that takes viewers into a dark world of intrigue and crime. Into the Dark is co-produced by streaming platform Hulu and Blumhouse Television. This is not an American drama in the conventional sense, but an innovative form of horror poetry anthology. This form of creation is similar to the Welcome to the Blumhouse series, where a number of thriller movies are packaged together to form an anthology American drama. Into the Dark began online on October 5, 2018, and then aired one episode per month for 12 consecutive months, or a total span of 1 year. Each episode is a separate story, and at 90 minutes long, it's comparable to a regular movie. Simply put, it's not a season of a TV show, it's 12 movies in a row. As the title of the show says, Into the Dark, the sole theme of the show is to explore the dark side of humanity. Each of the 12 movies explores a different aspect of human darkness, adding a variety of elements such as reality, sci-fi, religion, romance, politics, and more, giving each episode a different feel. This episode takes place in a skyscraper where two co-workers, Jennifer Robbins and Guy, who have finished working late at night, find themselves trapped in an elevator the day before Valentine's Day weekend. With only 2 leads, this movie features a lot of rivalry scenes in a small space. Stars Matt Lauria and Natalie Martinez are working together for the second time, having both previously appeared in the American drama Kingdom of Fighting Kingdom. 2014, the duo's lines in the film say that this is a story that takes place in metropolitan New York, when in fact the movie was filmed in Chicago. As you can see from the movie footage, the exterior of the building is Chicago's Trump Tower. Trapped in a small space and unable to go anywhere, the two men can only have long conversations and talk about life lessons from all over the world. And so what should happen happens, and what shouldn't happen, and things go in a direction beyond expectations, and things happen in this downward spiral elevator that go beyond the boundaries of the ordinary. The director successfully creates a crime thriller full of tension and shock through the tense and exciting plot and outstanding performance of the actors. The movie deeply reveals the complexity of crime and the dark side of human nature. Visually, the movie adopts gloomy tones and realistic scene design, presenting viewers with a feeling of being immersed in the world of crime. The director utilizes tight editing and intriguing camera language, making every scene filled with tension and a sense of crisis. This atmosphere makes the movie even more intriguing, and the audience feels the gloom of the crime looming over them at all times. The superb performances of the actors are a highlight of the movie. The perseverance and pursuit of justice of the protagonist, as well as the insidiousness and cunning of the villainous characters. Each character was portrayed to the fullest. The actors made the characters more three-dimensional and unforgettable for the audience through their expression of emotions and subtle action portrayals. The storyline has ups and downs and is heart-wrenching. The movie keeps the audience on high tension all the way through a series of twists and turns and reversals. From the process of solving the case to the unveiling of the truth, each part of the movie is full of suspense and excitement, making it difficult to predict the next development. The movie simultaneously offers deep thoughts on social issues and legal ethics. It explores the complexity of social conflicts and human nature through the revelation of crimes. While enjoying the movie, the audience is also led to think about the society's view on criminals and the phenomenon of crime. Overall, Into the Dark is a tense and thrilling thriller drama that successfully presents viewers with a dark and challenging crime journey through outstanding performances, intriguing plots, and profound reflections. If you like heart-pounding deduction and thriller themes, this movie will live up to expectations.